Hi, my name is Deb Soch. I'm the Executive Director for Next Century Cities. We are a coalition of over 100 cities working to ensure next generation access is available to everyone. On behalf of Next Century Cities and Ntia, I'm very pleased to welcome you to Digital New England, a summit for regional broadband leaders. I have to say I'm a native New Englander, having grown up in Massachusetts, and I'm so proud to see how really interested people in this part of the region are in being together in this space to talk about broadband. Today we hear about successes and barriers from broadband leaders here in New England and across the country, all of whom are working to realize the power of high-speed, affordable, and accessible broadband. I want to encourage you to post on social media. I am an avid Twitter person, and I hope you will tweet using the hashtag DigitalNE. Also, for the wireless, the access code is pumpkin spice. Very appropriate time of year for pumpkin spice. I want to take a moment to recognize our sponsors for this event. Please raise your hands when I mention your names. Our platinum sponsor is Tilson Technology. Thank you very much. Our gold sponsors are GWI, NextGen, and First Light. And our silver sponsors are Maine Fiber, Axiom Technologies, and Frontier. Thank you all very much for helping us make this happen. Without their support, our work to bring this event together would have not been possible. I thank you all. And I also want to make sure to thank staff members from Senator King's office, the NTIA folks, and the Next Century Cities folks who all participated to make this happen. I know you're eager as I am to hear from our outstanding speakers, so let's get to it. This morning, I am honored to introduce Doug Kinkoff, Associate Administrator of NTIA, our partner in planning this event. Doug has a long history of working in legislative affairs and in the private sector, and for the last 6 years has applied his many skills to his work at the NTIA. Please join me in welcoming Doug Kinkoff.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here in Maine today. NTIA is thrilled to be partnering with Next Century Cities, and thank you, Deb, to put on today's workshop. My name is Doug Kinkoff. I am the head of the BTOP and Broadband USA programs at NTIA, which is part of the U.S. Department of Commerce. One of our key missions is to promote the deployment and adoption of high-speed internet services so that all Americans can fully participate in the digital society. I think most of us would agree that broadband infrastructure is as vital as roads and sewer systems, electrical lines, and bridges. For communities, an advanced telecommunications system is critical for driving growth, attracting businesses, creating jobs, and remaining competitive in the information age economy. For individuals, access to broadband is critical to have access to educational resources, healthcare information, government services, and social networks. These days, it's practically impossible to apply for a job or even do homework without broadband access. So NTI has been working on multiple fronts to ensure that citizens have access to the tools and skills needed to share the benefits of broadband. Above all, we are striving to close a persistent digital divide that breaks down along geographic, socioeconomic, racial, and other demographic barriers. Three things we've been working on. One, most of you are probably familiar with the Broadband Technology Opportunity Program. We are winding that down. It was funded by the 2009 Recovery Act, invested more than $4 billion in roughly 230 projects nationwide that have worked hard, all of you and many of you are here, to expand access and adoption to high-speed internet service. Second, Earlier this year, we announced that a new initiative called Broadband Usa, providing support to communities across the country, seeking to expand local broadband deployment and adoption. Broadband USA is offering technical assistance, toolkits, guides, and other resources, and today we'll be posting a federal funding guide up on the website, and there are some soft copies out in the lobby as one of our new guides. The goal is to build on lessons learned and the best practices that we've collected over the years through BTOP and share them with communities throughout the United States. And now at the same time, we are spearheading the Commerce Department's work on the new interagency working group called the Broadband Opportunity Council. The Council, which is the Commerce Department, is co-chairing in partnership with the Department of Agriculture, which has joined us here today. Released an important report last week outlining recommendations on how the federal government can promote broadband investment competition within the scope of existing agencies' missions, programs, and budgets. And there'll be a lot more on that later today on the panel and other comments. So with that, I want to keep my remarks short. I'm very excited for the panelists. I think we have a great group, a great discussion. I look forward to meeting with many of you throughout the day. So with that, let me introduce Larry Strickling. Larry is the Associate Secretary for Communications and Information Administration. Larry was sworn in June of 2009. He is my boss. In this role, Larry serves as Administrator for the National Telecommunications and Information Administration, the executive branch agency that is principally responsible for advising the President on telecommunications and information policy. A technology policy expert with more than 2 decades of experience in the public and private sectors, Larry's focus at Ntia includes leading initiatives to expand broadband internet access, adoption in America, and to ensure that the internet remains an engine for continued innovation and growth. After joining NTIA, Larry had responsibility for the development and deployment of the BTOP programs and the State Broadband Initiative. Additionally, under Larry's watch, NTIA launched America's first public searchable nationwide map of consumer broadband internet availability and crafted a 10-year plan that the agency is now implementing to nearly double the amount of commercial spectrum available for wireless broadband. Larry also oversees NTIA's efforts on a host of domestic and global internet policy and administrative issues. Please join me in welcoming Assistant Secretary Larry Strickling.
Thanks, Doug. So I'll be back talking with you all at lunchtime, so I'm going to save all the substance for then, but I do want to just welcome you all. It's a great turnout today here in New England. We're very glad you all have made the trip here to Portland to sit with us and share your wisdom with us for the day. I also want to thank Doug and Deb Sosha and, of course, the wonderful team at NTIA for organizing today's workshop.